we can represent energy changes in simple electric circuits in terms of charge moving through electric potential differences within circuit elements. So using conventional current, we have the change in electric potential energy across this resistor as the charge by the change in electric potential. Now Kirchhoff's loop rule provides us a way to analyze circuits where we can't model the resistors in series or in parallel. And it states that the sum of potential differences across all circuit elements in a closed loop must be equal to 0. And this is a consequence of the conservation of energy. So for example, if we have an EMF in this battery and we travel along the direction of the positive charges, so in line with the conventional current, so in other words, we're traversing this loop counterclockwise. So what we have is an increase in electric potential across the battery as we move from the right to the left, and a drop in electric potential across this resistor, which we'll call delta V1, and we keep going around this loop, so we have a drop in electric potential across this resistor. So when we start at a point in a circuit and then get back to that point, the net change in electric potential is 0. And these types of circuits can typically be analyzed using a combination of Kirchhoff's loop rule, which is the conservation of energy, and Kirchhoff's junction rule, which is the conservation of electric charge. The values of electric potential at any point along a circuit can be represented by a graph of electric potential as a function of position within a loop. So initially, we'll start at an electric potential of 0 at the negative terminal and move along the direction of conventional current, which is the direction that positive charge would flow, in this case being anti-clockwise. So what we have is 0 at the negative terminal, and the electric potential increases up to the EMF when we get to the positive terminal. And as we move along the wire, being a good conductor, so we neglect the resistance in the wire, and therefore the change in electric potential along the wire is 0. And then we have a potential drop across this resistor, and then we have a constant electric potential along the wire. So this part of the wire is shorter, and the potential drop across the second resistor is going to be smaller than that across the first resistor, because the first resistor has a higher resistance. So as we can see, this potential drop across the first resistor is smaller than that across the second resistor. And as we travel along the other side of the wire, the potential difference across 2 points of the wire are 0, as we mentioned, because we're neglecting resistance, and therefore we have a constant electric potential thereafter at 0. So the increase in electric potential due to the electromotive force is equal to the net drop in voltage across those two resistors, in accordance with Kirchhoff's loop rule, being a consequence of the conservation of electric energy.